we present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Chairman this week, Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello again. Well, this, for want of any mentionable description, is a panel game involving, on one side, John Cleese and Graeme Garden. On the other side, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke-Taylor. I have in one hand a sheaf of intellectual problems and a score sheet, and in the other a buzzer, with which I shall vainly hope to control the proceedings. And here we have the first round, in which the teams blend, or insult, whichever way you look at it, the talents of Matt Munro and Percy Edwards, singing a duet as animals, which I shall specify. I shall judge this round on intonation, expression, and diction. John Cleese and Graeme Garden, you will please sing Whispering, that old signature tune of Roy Fox, which you no doubt recall, as a dog and a chicken. I had to stop that one before John Cleese bit a piece out of the microphone. Bill and Tim, your tune is Tiger Rag, to be sung, please, as a duck and a sheep. Well, on mature consideration, I've awarded 2 marks to each team and 10 to Dave Lee. Here's where I tell you that at the very end of the program, the teams are going to be asked to announce people with silly names. And to give the players time to think them up now, I shall be announcing right now that the silly names have to be appropriate to late arrivals at the doctor's ball. So they can ponder on that if they have a moment's time. And we go on now to a variation on one of the problems which we've had in this program before now. And in this round, each team will be asked, instead of reading an excerpt from the classics, they'll be asked to sing one in operatic style. And for 1 point, the other team has to try to identify the major work from which this piece comes. And we're going to start once again with John and Graeme. If you will launch yourselves now into an operatic version of your piece.
And John and Graeme's piece is She Stoops to Conquer by Oliver Goldsmith.
I have sent it to the landlady to keep it for you. To the landlady, the landlady. You did, I did. She's to be answerable for its forthcoming, you know. Yes, well, she'll bring it forth with a witness. Wasn't I right? I believe you'll allow that I acted prudently upon this occasion.
You must not see my uneasiness.
You seem a little disconcerted, though. Well, methinks, sure nothing has happened?
No, nothing. And nothing was in better spirits in all my life. And so you left it with the landlady. The landlady. Who did I very readily undertook the charm.
Rather too readily. She not only kept the casket, but through her great precaution was going to keep the messenger too.
They're safe. However, as a guinea in a miser's purse. Boom.
Well, I was expecting a duet. There turned out to be a trio there between John Cleese, Graeme Garden and Brenda Guthridge. And for 1 mark now, we asked the opposite team, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke-Taylor, to identify the work from which that came.
Hair?
I recognised the opera The Landlady, but I didn't get...
Who wrote that? Puccini's Landlady?
There was a rather...
No, I think it's his mother-in-law, actually.
I would say it was Restoration.
Yes.
Aside from that, which was the clue, there was an aside.
Aside, on that, yeah.
Now, it's up to Bill, who's got an English degree, to tell me one Restoration dramatist.
The Landlady, by Sheridan.
Yeah? Not Sheridan.
Not the Sheridan.
Not that Sheridan.
Not that one.
No. It's not another Sheridan, is it?
5
A bit of an
seconds.
old chestnut.
Can you come up with it in 5 seconds?
A bit of an old chestnut.
Old chestnut. Jack Conker! She stoops to chestnut.
Well, you got your 1 mark there with help, and now it's your turn, Tim and Bill, to come up with your operatic excerpt.
Tim and Bill's work is The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde.
Where have you been since last Thursday? In the country. What on earth do you do there? When one is in town, one amuses oneself. When one is in the country, one amuses other people. It's excessively boring. And other people you abuse. The people I abuse. Oh, neighbors. Other people you abuse. The neighbors of yours are the neighbors of all together now. Neighbors, the neighbors, the neighbors, the neighbors, the news is the neighbors, but not the audience.
Thank you, John and Graham. How about that?
The importance of being earnest.
Can you tell me which act?
Act 1, Scene 1.
Is it?
Act 1.
Act 1.
You've heard that opera before.
You get your 1 mark for that. Level pegging at the moment. 3 marks each for each of the teams. And this is where we have the game word for word, in which I launch the teams on a succession of words, and they have to come up with words which have absolutely no connection. The other team can press their buzzers and challenge if they can prove to me a satisfactory connection between the words. I'm going to start now with Bill Oddie. And Bill, will you start with the word rocket?
Pimple. Yes?
Judo instructor.
John Cleese has a challenge.
Some judo instructors obviously will have pimples.
I would have said most, yes. 1 mark to you for that. I uphold that challenge. And now, will you
say that
start?
about judo instructors. I'd say it about rather pathetic people, but...
Let's not go into a discussion, lengthy discussion on
instructors?
pimples.
They're tough and strong, John.
To overcome their phobias about pimples.
John and Graham, starting off with John, I want you to start with the word sturgeon.
Elm tree. Lobotomy.
As a challenge.
We've all heard of a tree sturgeon.
Yes, but never an elm tree.
Certainly have.
Elmer tree.
We
I'm gonna give
certainly
you-
have heard of a tree sturgeon.
Yeah, Bill, I'll give you 1 for ingenuity there, if not for spelling. Tim Brooke-Taylor, will you start with the word badger?
Ice cream.
Pickle.
Bucket.
Oh. Elephant. Tim used to badger his mother for ice cream.
Yes. I think I'll allow that one too, John.
Where?
It's obviously true. And
reason
Graeme
one
Garden,
point.
will you start with the word chair?
Clock.
Elf.
Backsliding.
Spoon.
Bucket.
Belfast.
Curtain.
String.
Wallaby.
Greatness.
Terpsichore.
Oil.
Randy.
Challenge there from Tim
I'm sorry, it
Brooke-Taylor.
was getting interesting. Please let them carry on.
Could he go on?
It was
Turpentine.
No,
Withdraw
that
your
was a very
challenge,
boring
right.
interruption about Terps and oil, so I'd rather they went on about Randy, please.
Yes. And we have the rest of that.
Randy.
Carry on with
What
it.
are you doing, Turpentine? Randy. John Snag.
Randiest man I've ever met.
Objection there from Tim Brooke-Taylor, which is disallowed on legal grounds.
Sorry, John, I said
Bill Oddie, will you start with the word idiot?
Oh, sorry.
Objection upheld. Objection upheld, and that scintillating round brings the score to Graeme and John 6 and Bill and Tim 5. How exciting. Now we have... Now we have a musical round, which is the one in which I give each of the teams a subject on which, on this occasion, they have to improvise a 3-line blues, singing alternate lines, and this will be judged for appositeness and ethnic feel. And we're going to start, I think, on this occasion, with John and Graeme, and you're asked to sing a blues on the subject of Basin Street.
Well, I woke up this morning. I've been dreaming about Basin Street.
Oh, yeah. Only because I had such a terrible pain.
Where do you have the pain, baby?
In my feet.
Yeah.
Right there in my feet. Yes, sir.
So I wrote in some implication
To stop my feet from hurting.
that's sweet.
Should have David Hatch.
I'll reserve my decision on that until I've heard Bill and Tim singing their blues on the subject of mothers-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you tell more about mother-in-law.
I'll tell you about my mother-in-law.
You tell her.
Ah, yeah,
You
baby.
don't tell me about mother-in-law, Daddy.
I woke up one morning. And my mother-in-law came to see me.
Whoa! That's bad enough. Yeah, I woke up one morning. That's why I got the blues. Well, I wouldn't say my mother-in-law was ugly.
But she's got a face like $1 million.
All green and crinkly. And spell.
Another round of those coming up, and we'd like one from you, John and Graeme, on the subject of brain surgery.
I woke up this morning thinking about brain surgery.
I just lay there in my bed, thinking about brain surgery. Yes, sirree.
Well, I don't know what to make of it.
And I sure laugh when I puts my head in the electroencephalograph.
And one from Bill and Tim, please, on the boat race.
All right, it's called a boat race blues. Everybody join in the chorus with me.
Making
nice easy rhyme, Dad. Well, I woke up this morning. About 10 o'clock, I had a smile on my face. Yes, I did. I had a smile on my face. There's a novelty. You woke up this morning. I woke up. I did too. And I went down to see the boat race. Oh, that's convenient. That's what we're singing about. Oh, really? Yeah. And I picked up an oar. And took her back. And took her back to my place.
These are fictional stories.
A round which puts Tim and Bill in the lead with 12 against John and Graham's 11. Now there's a round coming up now which I call, for want of a better name, Come Back, Mantovani, All Is Forgiven. This is where I'm going to ask each team to come in turn to the center of the stage and to play a duet on the violin and the swanee whistle. And we have the loan of a Stradivarius from the BBC for this purpose. And the object of this game is that I have to guess or otherwise find out what particular tune they're playing. First up, I think we'll have John and Graeme. Have you started yet?
It's finished.
That was the second movement of a piece called Silent Night, and I wish it was, right?
Oh, very good.
I'm going to give them 2 marks for making that recognizable.
Strings on it. Good
Well,
God.
he's bust one. There were 3 when we started.
Can't be expected to play with 2 strings. No.
Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke-Taylor.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, Stefan Grappelli. I'm a bit dubious about this one. I've got to put down 1 or 2 selections. No, don't do it again, please. Nola?
No.
Beethoven's Pastoral? Mersey Dotes?
Closer.
I still can't get it.
It was actually
The Beatles.
the Beatles from me to you.
And you can keep it. Right, well, that puts John and Graeme now in the lead, 13 to Tim and Bill's 12. And we hurry on to the round of impersonations, in which one member from each team is asked to impersonate a well-known person, impersonating another well-known person, reciting a nursery rhyme. We're going to start on this occasion with John Cleese, who's going to be asked to impersonate Jimmy Clitheroe, impersonating Alan Wicker, reciting 4 and 20 Blackbirds.
Hello, fish face. Just tuning up. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of what? Rye, bourbon, champagne. expected to find here in this Caribbean island 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie.
Hello, fish face.
Go away. And when the pie was opened, the local parliament was quite surprised to discover that the birds began to sing.
Hello, fish face. Hello, fish face. Hello, fish face.
On and on and on. Thank you, and good night.
Well, on audience reaction, I think you get a couple of marks for that one. This is where we ask Tim Brooke-Taylor now to do his impersonation of Lady Bracknell, impersonating Long John Silver, reciting Ride a Cock Horse.
Easy. After you, John. Thank you, ma'am. Ride a car horse to Banbury Cross, and I'm very cross at the moment. To see a fine lady upon a white horse. She'll have something on her fingers and something on her toes. And she shall have music wherever she goes, and I go. Thank you so much. Still gives me pleasure.
Well, I can hardly bring myself to say it, so great is the excitement, but that round puts John and Graeme in the lead with 15 against 14 from Tim and Bill. We come to a round which is called a singing relay. One player of each team starts off a song, and he and his partner must sing a duet, but each one singing alternate words. Any player who falters or messes up the game is banished from the BBC for life, and not only that, but 108 points go to the other side, or 2, whichever is the greater. We're going to start now, if we may, with John and Graeme singing your alternating version of Show Me the Way to Go Home.
How apt. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may
I'll give you 6 out of 108 for that. Bill and Tim, you're going to be asked to sing your alternating version of the Woodpecker song.
Ha 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 ha. That's the Woody Woodpecker song. Ha 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 ha. He's appalling. God.
Well, you didn't get as far as the others. You can regain. You can regain some marks if you can manage to sing that one at twice the tempo. Bill Oddie and the late Tim Brooke-Taylor, surprisingly enough, putting themselves in the lead there with a score of 22 over John and Graeme's 21. You have a chance now to make up the score, because this is where we come to the time when I ask the teams in turn to announce the late arrivals at the Doctor's Ball. We'll start on this occasion with your team, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Bill Oddie. Away you go.
Introducing the first visitor to the medical ball. I wish I were dead already. Mr. and Mrs. Pathetic. And their daughter, Annie. Pathetic. How about pathetic?
John, please.
Pathetic.
Mr. and Mrs. Dinderhead and their son, Carl Dinderhead.
The next arrival at the doctor's ball from the north of England with a northern accent. Uncle biotic and antibiotic.
Graham?
Mr. and Mrs. Ake and their son, Tommy Ake.
And the late arrival, Mr. and Mrs. Sillin and their daughter, Penelope.
Penelope. So familiar. Penny.
Any advance on
Any more?
Penelope Silly?
Mr. and Mrs. Owen Agnosis. And their son, Emrys Agnosis.
Closely followed by a couple from Africa. Except that their son's been anglicised a bit, educated at Oxford. Mr. and Mrs. Nicological Ward and their son, Guy Nicological Ward.
This is where
And
I have
also, from last week, Farmer Giles and his chicken pox.
score at the moment.
Mr. and Mrs. Aritas and their son.
A very popular lad.
Everyone knows it.
Don't stop, we've got plenty of time. This is where the score is.
And finally, Mr. and Mrs. Fisherlim and their son, Artie Fisherleg.
Which brings the score.
Mr. and Mrs. Kitis and their son, Brian Kitis.
To a win for John Cleese and Graeme Garden. For 32 1/16 over Tim and Bill with a score of 33. And now, and you can work that one out. It's time for me to say that it's the end of our session for tonight, and on behalf of our musical accompanist, David Lee, John Cleese and Graeme Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Bill Oddie, and me,
Geographer and their son, Raymond.
and me, Humphrey. I'm now going on a 6-month holiday, Lyttelton. Goodbye now.
Once more, Humphrey Lyttelton says goodbye on behalf of Tim Brooke-Taylor, John Cleese, Graeme Garden and Bill Oddie. Dave Lee was at the piano, and the producer was John Castles.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, and your chairman tonight, Barry Cryer. Thank you, and welcome again to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the panel game that proves that life isn't all misery and bad news. It can be chaos as well. This is a clearly defined panel game with very tightly knit rules, and my name, of course, is Steve McQueen. At the piano we have our very own Mr. David Lee, and confronting each other we have two teams. On my left, listeners, you'll have spotted them on my left. We have first Mr. John Hello Sailor Cleese, partnered by Graeme Goody Garden, and opposing them we do in fact have Bill Let It All Hang Out Oddie and Tim Brooke No Argument Taylor. Let us plunge, gentlemen, into the morass of the game with the first round, which is rather evocatively entitled The Singing Sprint. A member of each team will be asked to sing a song as fast as he possibly can, and then a member of the opposing team will then endeavour to sing the same song even faster. The first contestant will, in fact, be Mr. Tim Brooke-Taylor, who is going to endeavour to sing Gilly Gilly Ossenpfeffer... Katzenellenbogen by the Sea, the well-known firm of solicitors. Tim, see how fast you can sing the aforesaid David Lee poised at the keyboard.
There's a tiny house by a tiny stream where a lovely lass had a lovely dream, and the dream came true quite unexpectedly, and Gilly Gilly Ossenpfeffer Katzenellenbogen by the Sea. It was all there.
A couple of illies strayed there. I'm bearing that in mind, John, as you in fact to say the very same song to see how fast you can sing it.
There's a tiny house by a tiny stream where a lovely lass had a lovely dream, and the dream came true quite unexpectedly, and Gilly Gilly Ossenpfeffer Katzenellenbogen by the Sea.
John took longer, Tim dropped 2 illies. I'll call that 2 points all, and we in fact now go to Mr. Bill Oddie, who's going to essay that wonderful song from the film starring the immortal Eamon Andrews. The song is Do, Re, Mi. Bill, please.
Don't count that. Wait a minute. I'm taking a breath. Do a dear, a female dear, a drop of gold sun, me a name, I call myself, all along the way to run. So a needle pulling thread long, let's pull it out tea, and make for jam and bread, which brings me back to dog.
I made that about 6 seconds, 6-ish. Graeme Garden, would you do likewise?
Do a dear, a female dear, a drop of gold sun, me a name, I call myself, all along the way to run. So a needle pulling and long, let's pull it out tea, and make for jam and bread, which brings me back to dog.
Objection by Mr. Tim Brooke-Taylor.
Dear.
Pardon?
Femal dear.
A femal dear.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that a draw. I'm going to make the whole round a draw. 4 all. Too much gibberish about. The next thing I have to do is to set up something that the teams are going to do later in the programme. You'll keep listening. Late arrivals. We want the names, gentlemen, of rather silly people, or the silly names of people who are going to arrive at a certain function. Would you think of some silly people who are going to arrive late at the musicians' ball? The musicians' ball. And we'll be coming back to that later in the programme. In the next round, was going to be on current affairs, but none of the teams had ever had an affair with a current. Please, you're not kind enough. This round is called tag wrestling, I should explain. Tag meaning tagline, the punchline, the end line of some story. I'm going to give each team the tagline of a story or anecdote, and I shall start with one team who must tell a story ending in their tagline. When I press my buzzer, the story passes to the other side, who must work towards the finishing line that I've given them. The winning team is the one who reaches their tagline first. Tim and Bill, your tagline: suddenly the moon came up over Bangkok. Suddenly the moon came up over Bangkok, and Dr. Muller closed his diary for the last time. Too easy, but that's the way we started. And at the same moment, simultaneously, we cry, Graeme and John are going to construct a story finishing with the line, wham! Exclamation mark. And the Christmas pudding disappeared into the Mersey Tunnel. I'm going to recapitulate. They can't touch you for it. The Tim and Bill story finishes, suddenly the moon came up over Bangkok and Dr. Muller closed his diary for the last time. Graeme and John's story, wham, and the Christmas pudding disappeared into the Mersey Tunnel. There's a sort of 10-second-ish air about this, but we will in fact start with Mr. Bill Oddie.
The scene, Bangkok, India. The chief character, Bangkok isn't in India. Well, there is a Bangkok in India, actually, and that's where... Don't distract me.
John Cleese.
Meanwhile, several thousand miles away, while listening to news of the events in Bangkok,
Tim Brooke-Taylor.
And the events that were happening in Bangkok that they were listening to was of Dr. Muller, who had...
Graeme Garden.
recently died.
You've got 2 seconds, Graeme.
It was Christmas, and my father had...
You mustn't get applause. Back to Bill.
And at that moment, the doctor came in and said, I'm sorry, there's been a mistake. Dr. Muller is by no means dead. Dying, yes.
John
But there's
Cleese.
a phone call from him from his famous footballing son Muller of Bayern Munich, who only this evening are playing Liverpool at Anfield.
Tim Brooke-Taylor.
But I digress, he said. At that moment, Dr. Muller, newly awakened from the dead, picked up his diary.
Graeme Garden.
Dropped dead. But his son, playing at Anfield, popped into our house to have a slice of Christmas pudding.
And said, do you mind if I turn on the television for a few minutes? He turned on the television, what should he see? But Dr. Muller, a film of him, dead he was, but...
At that moment, the Christmas pudding was dropped. Muller, falling forwards from the shock of seeing his father on the television, stuck it with his head and wham!
And said, I've never seen a football look like that. It looks more like the moon to me. It reminds me of a time in Bangkok when suddenly...
Oh, forget the story, he said, kicking the pudding. Wham! And the Christmas pudding disappeared into the Mersey tunnel.
Oh, give it to yes. Graeme and John 2-0, but we've got to do that again. We've got to give Tim and Bill a chance to save a revenge. Tim and Bill, will you make note of this tagline? Suddenly he removed the Chinese mask, and there stood the Archbishop of Canterbury. Graeme and John will meanwhile toy with, "Oh God," she cried, "how can I tell father that the monkey was French?" Suddenly he removed the Chinese mask and there stood the Archbishop of Canterbury, Tim and Bill. "Oh God," she cried, "how can I tell father that the monkey was French?" John and Graeme. Let's start it the other way round this time. John and Graeme, if you've got your tagline. And we'll start with Mr. John Cleese.
Amanda was sitting in the garden one day, watching her father mowing the lawn, when she began to remember some of the
things she'd read in a book. It was Halloween, she remembered, the story went, and everyone wore masks on their faces. There was a tense hush around the...
Graeme.
At that moment, her father came up. "What is this book you're reading?" he said. "Is it some French novel? You know I can't stand anything French."
No, she said, it isn't a French novel at all. It's a book about Halloween when everybody wears masks, especially Chinese masks, which have very little eyes, so it's very difficult to see.
What an extraordinary thing, she said, but there is another book inside, almost identical to this, which is... I'm surprised that you mistook it for the same.
Tim.
Mistook it for the same? Never, she said. It's about Chinese masks and religious cults in the West.
Graeme.
At that moment, her pet monkey hopped onto her shoulder. Father patted the monkey on the head. "I'm quite fond of it," he said.
Quite fond of the monkey, he said, but let's get back to this book. As you will remember, Chinese masks have very little eyes, so it's difficult to see where you're going. And this fellow said...
John Cleese.
To his surprise, in fact, while setting eyes upon the monkey, he was almost sure that it was an old friend of his that he had once met in Borneo.
Then he remembered he'd made a complete mistake. He remembered, in fact, line 43 on page 92 about the Archbishop of Canterbury, who removed the...
Who had also been in Borneo at the time, as the friend of the monkey. "My friend was French," said father.
Bill.
Said father, and a funny thing happened to him, because he was wearing a Borneo mask, which actually is very similar to the Chinese mask, and might as well be called the same thing, and that also has very little eyes.
Amanda, who was in the habit of shouting out extraordinary things for no good reason, shouted, "Oh God," she cried, "how can I tell..."
Speaking of God, her father suddenly he removed the Chinese mask and there stood the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Tim and Bill 3-0. The hardback will be published in the autumn. And now we move to the next round. By the way, we've had a lot of letters from listeners asking, is Tim Brooke-Taylor? I've been asked to reply yes, but not necessarily in that order. Now, the next round is called Word for Word. This was going to be a round for female impersonators, but Bill failed the medical, so I'm going to give each team a word, and they must immediately come up with another word, the other member of the team, that is, which has nothing whatsoever to do with the word that started it all off. So I think I'll start with John on this occasion. John, will you start with the word ostrich?
Cricket. Pentateuch. Alcibiades.
Challenged by Bill Oddie.
I couldn't say either of the last two words.
I'll allow that. Connection has been established. I'll allow that. 2 points. Let's leave home to the other team, and I'll say to Tim Brooke-Taylor on this occasion, Tim, I'll say earring.
Horse.
Jack.
Lever.
Pie.
Jack Lever used to open the bowling for
Oh, the goodness of it.
Past that.
2 points, John, please. For Graeme Garden, pterodactyl.
Parsley.
Grange.
Overture. Spoke. Light.
Elm. Sorry.
Challenged by Tim Brooke-Taylor. Were you sitting on it? I couldn't know.
I regret it, whatever it was.
Yes, indeed.
I think they should carry on.
40 points. One for charity. Now. But in fact, we will, yes, let's leap back to Bill Oddie with the word nib.
Lemming.
Clock.
Bat.
Elephant's foot umbrella stand.
Groan.
Challenged by Mr. John, please.
Could never have a foot if it hadn't grown.
Excellent. The power of that connection astonishes me. Let's go to John Cleese with the word wrist.
A wrist.
Wrist.
Stoat. Water. Pachyderm. Buffalo. Polyhydrate.
I personally knew a polyhydrate who owned a buffalo. You know Polly, she runs the...
Call a halt. I'll call a halt. I'll give that to John and Graeme, 4 points to 3. Now each team will give the other team a subject on which they must improvise a 4-line calypso singing alternate lines. There are marks for this for wit and elegance of expression. We'll go to John and Graeme first, who are going to regale us, although they don't know it yet, with the Christmas pudding calypso.
A shock on Christmas Day. My Christmas pudding was going grey, old and wrinkled, and then I saw it wasn't a pudding, it was my mother-in-law.
Of cold porter spinning. And now we go to Tim and Bill, and they're going to give us, as they suddenly discover, the show jumping calypso.
I got a first line. I went show jumping the other day.
Saw Princess Anne, and I must say,
she did very well to get round the course.
Considering she didn't have a horse.
Give the age to John and Graham there, 3-2. We go to the next round, which is called Sculpt the Sardine or Carry On Singing. This round involves individual players rather than teams. The first player starts a song, stops singing whenever he feels like it on a particular word, and a player of the other team has to pick it up on that word, but with a totally different song. Let's start with Bill, going to Graham, and then Tim, and then John. So we'll start with Bill. A song, please, Bill, anything you like.
I belong to Glasgow, dear.
Graham.
Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name.
Name. It's not something. Name. But you must not believe me when I say there's a tree that lives.
You wrote that, didn't you? Just now.
He may have done, but it's bound for the chart. Between that one, Sue.
Farrago
Which lives. He gave you.
Is it my turn?
Lives, Mr. Cleese, lives. I don't believe a word of that.
Lives under.
Neath the arches, I dream my dreams away.
Stand yonder in New Orleans, in the land.
It's
Jim.
my land. This land is your land.
You've never been a state agent.
For the bell of freedom. Or freedom. Abysmal.
They've just lost their independence.
Well, if they challenge us, we can go on.
Let's
Freedom
call
comes.
the whole thing. Let's start with Graham.
We win. Thank you.
We win.
The end of the contest.
Graham, start a song. Lash them with a song, Graham.
Promise is promise. Do you know that one?
I don't know any
It's
song.
promise. Come on, you know it.
Oh, the Camptown ladies sing this song.
Song, I'm about to sing a song.
You don't have to, it's my go.
Oh, is it? No, it isn't. That is a song in my heart.
We're doing this.
Heart. Twice? I was helping you out. I won't ever again.
Hearts, the herald angels.
You have to sing.
Me, I don't like
Sing something simple.
Simple, Graham.
Simple. Simon.
Prompting. You threw your voice, Graham.
Met. They all met by moonlight, but that isn't a song, is it? No, met.
I'll hoot you there, Tim, and I'm going to make Mr. John Cleese, in fact, start a song, a real one this time, by way of a novelty, and stop at a particular word from your vast repertoire, Mr. Cleese.
We'll honour you at the school we knew, the best school of all. We'll honour you at the school we knew till the last bell call. For happy days and holidays and sad and melancholy days. They were great.
Nearly the term ended, isn't it?
Great balls of fire!
Yes!
Fire!
Fire to Graham Garden.
Fire down below.
Below, the winter wine. Thou shouldst not be unkind as man's in.
Man's in.
Men, well, in.
Gilly, Oss and Fiddlecats.
Bogan was
Bogan. Oh, no, I won't allow Bogan. I'll allow C.
Bye.
All right, bye. I'll allow bye.
by the light of the silvery moon.
Moon.
That can't be.
The moon river, wider than a mile.
Mile.
My old man said follow
My old man said follow the caravan.
Just...
And don't dilly-dally on the way.
Down upon the Swanee.
Swanee?
I'm going to make
How I love you, my dear old Swanee.
Neat.
So on here.
There isn't another, is there?
Swanee, those songs.
No! I'll call a halt there. I'm going to declare the whole round as a win to Tim and Bill. Tim and Bill. Bye. And in fact, gentlemen, you are locked in combat yet again with our tag wrestling part two, in which we do as before, we give each of the teams the final line of a story, and then they've got...
Could we get in the parrot exterminator?
This is a monologue, not a catalogue. And now, we go to...
Cat? I wasn't a cat.
It was a cat to me for the purposes of what I was about to say. The two final lines, gentlemen all. Where are we? Ah, yes, Tim and Bill, you have... So, monsieur, the dentist smiled and squeezed the trigger on his left boot. So, monsieur, the dentist smiled and squeezed the trigger on his left boot. And John and Graeme, Dada, gurgled the Spanish tot. And then the trampoline collapsed. So, monsieur, the dentist smiled and squeezed the trigger on his left boot. Tim and Bill, John and Graeme, Dada, gurgled the Spanish tot, and then the trampoline collapsed. Tim Brooke-Taylor's going to start the story. Go.
Bonjour. No, not bonjour. Bonjour, said Edward Heath. Bonjour. Said the dentist, as the monsieur came into his dentistry.
I have here a bottle of whiskey. Would you like a tot?
Certainly.
Satisfaction.
Bill.
Well, yes, I would like a tot, said the dentist. Well, you can't have one because there's no drinking in the surgery. Especially...
John.
But we could pop outside and go to the circus where there are some fascinating acts going on. So they strolled out from the...
From the surgery and headed for the circus. Unfortunately, they found it wasn't in town that day, so they returned to the circus.
Graeme.
The dentist said, when I offered you a tot just then, of course, I wasn't referring to whiskey, but to this charming Spanish child. which
has absolutely nothing to do with this story. In fact, back at the dentist's surgery, which was, of course, in Paris, a spy came.
John.
What was the last thing you said?
A spy came.
A spy came?
A spy came.
And said, the circus is on its...
The what?
I did. I didn't let him speak. I didn't let him speak.
He didn't let
Tim.
him. He said, sit down in this chair, monsieur, and I will try and open your mouth. Ah, your mouth isn't opening, so let me put my left boot in there to keep it open.
Certainly not. Come in. How do you do, sir? I just came to tell you the circus is in town.
Yes. And the dentist said, but before you go to the circus, you better have your teeth done. So, so that you won't feel the pain, I want you to sew something.
So.
And he said, look, the only thing to keep your mouth open is to put my left foot in it. And there's an anaesthetic in my left foot. So, monsieur...
I told you before, certainly not. Come in. It's the trampoline you ordered, sir. Bring it
You'll find it a great deal more comfortable. You won't feel a thing if you lie on the trampoline and sew this button on my shirt, which will relax you. And then I can... So, I shall give you this...
This is all very surrealist, the dentist said. No, it's Dada, gurgled the Spanish tot, and then the trampoline collapsed. A convincing win there.
sudden eruption of dada then. The next round is, in fact, where we return to our earlier subject of late arrivals, gentlemen. Earlier in the programme, I asked you to announce the late arrivals at the Musicians' Ball. The Musicians' Ball. John and Graeme, any thoughts of the Musicians' Ball? I'm going to score for these as we go along.
Mr. and Mrs. Jean-Paul Dance. Dum dum dum. And their son Charles-Louis Dance.
Another arrival at the Musicians' Ball. Mr. and Mrs. Trick Guitar and their son Alec.
Too off.
Mr. and Mrs. Bumps-a-Daisy and their son Hans and Hans' niece and Bumps-a-Daisy and also arriving late at the Musicians' Ball, Mr. and Mrs. Hube and their notoriously pornographic son, sometimes known as Blue Dan Hube.
Do you realise what's happened? We've just pulled up to a draw. I know you're going to do more of these. I announced the result of the competition a draw. Going on, I knew they would. It's 28 all to both teams.
And
John,
this is our Mrs. Tree Two-Step and their daughter Millie Tree
And Mr. and Mrs. Evening and their children Sam and Janet Evening.
who are not admitted because they are too old.
In that case, Mr. and Mrs. Launo Jazz Music in here. And their mama Donna Launo Jazz.
It's good night.
And also coming in closely behind them, their friends Mr. and Mrs. Walls came tumbling down, and their son Andy Walls came tumbling down.
That's it. Will you write it on the
Not to
head?
mention an extremely upper class.
The one-legged composer and his shoe Bert.
So it's good night from John and Graeme, Tim and Bill.
Mr. and Mrs. Lynn and their daughter Mandy Lynn.
And a very, very posh family, Mr. and Mrs. Court Orchestra and their daughter Palm Court Orchestra.
Mr. and Mrs. Logan and their son Barry Logan.
Mr. and Mrs. Doctors Batten and their son Conductors Batten.
Mr. and Mrs. Organ and their son Hammond.
Mr. and Mrs. Bear's Picnic.
That's it. Good night, all. Good night. That's it. Definitely. Round of applause.
That was Barry Cryer saying goodbye on behalf of Tim Brooke-Taylor, John Cleese, Graeme Garden and Bill Oddie. Dave Lee at the piano and producer John Castle.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Your chairman this week, Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello again. This next half hour is hopefully described as a panel game involving two opposing teams. On one side, Graeme Garden and John Cleese. And on the other side, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Bill Oddie. I shall be conducting the game, marshalling the crowds, keeping the score, and hoping devoutly that we all emerge intact at the other end. Here's the first round now, in which I ask each team to sing the words of one song to the tune of another. We're going to start with John Cleese and Graeme Garden, and I'm going to ask you to sing the words of How Much Is That Doggy in the Window to the tune of that well-known cavalry and circus march, The Entry of the Gladiators.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale. I must take a trip to California and leave my poor sweetheart alone. If he has a doggy, he will lose some. And the doggy will have it all. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale. Quite enough, we shouldn't have to sing anymore because
Thank you, John and Graeme. I'm marking this one for rendition. Tim and Bill, your words are those of Zippity Doodah to the melody of the theme song of the Women's Institute, Jerusalem.
Zippity Doodah. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine headed my way. Zippity-doo, da zippity. Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual everything is a Christmas
I'm awarding Bill and Tim 1 for that, an award which has been given over the telephone by the Women's Institute themselves. John and Graeme, 2 marks for your rendering. We go on to a point in the thing where I have to announce that at the end of the game, at the end of the programme, we're going to ask each team to announce people with silly names. And to give the players time to think them up, I'll leave it until the very end of the programme before I ask for them, and I'll give them a bit of time to think them out. They're going to be asked to announce people, late arrivals, for the Farmer's Ball. That's coming up later. Teams. And we go on to the second round, which is misleading readings. In this round, each team will read an excerpt from a well-known classic in the English language in a disguised voice, or in disguised voices, and for 1 point, the other side must identify the piece. Our audience here will be told what the pieces are. John and Graeme, I'm going to ask you to start.
John and Graeme's piece is Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare.
John and Graeme, can we have your piece, please?
Some are born great. Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stocking.
Thy yellow stocking?
And wish to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered.
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Yes.
Tim and Bill, ignore that clack in the audience and identify that piece.
No, not the artist. I didn't mean to say it wasn't the artist. It's more classic than that. It's not in front of the children.
Not Son of Long John Silver.
Not Son of Long. I recognise Louis Armstrong impersonation in there.
I would say it was Shakespearean.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Bill knows it.
Which Richard III. No.
Bill
Midsummer Night's Dream. No. Sonnet 158. Close.
Before we go through the entire works of Shakespeare, I'll give you half a mark for Shakespeare and dock you half a mark for not knowing that it was from Twelfth Night.
Twelfth Night.
Was it? Twelfth Night.
Now, Tim and Bill, let's have your
Didn't go too
excerpt
well
from
on
the
the first
classics,
11.
please.
And from Tim and Bill, The Mad Hatter's Tea Party from Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
What? It is the same thing with you, isn't it?
Yeah. What day of the month is it?
It's the fourth day of the month.
2 days wrong. I told you, butter wouldn't suit the works.
It was your best butter.
Yeah, best butter, but some crumbs must have got in as well. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife. What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month and doesn't tell what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell what year it is?
Of course not. That's because it stays the same year for such a long time together.
It's just a case of...
I think I'm going out for a cup of tea.
John Cleese and Graeme Garden, if you're still awake, can you identify that, please?
I think the audience thought it was Pinter.
You think they
Yes, I
thought
think
it
they
was
thought it was
played like Pinter?
It was played like Pinter, yes.
It was played faster than Pinter.
Read a Pinter player, Dad.
Let me have the answer in 5 seconds, please.
It's the long, boring play.
It's an autobiography of Wilson, Keppel and Betty by...
Very close.
I think by Stanley Baldwin's second son.
No.
It's in fact from the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, Lewis Carroll. No.
Really?
This is the time now when I give each team a subject on which they must improvise a calypso, singing alternate lines, and I mark out of 2 marks for wit and for presentation and expression and the rest of it. I'm going to ask, first of all, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke-Taylor to do a calypso on wife swapping.
What's that? I don't know anything about that. Anything I sing is fairly fictitious. Keep it going. Got your voice on? Yeah, up. Here we go. Nearly there with you in an hour or 2. Wait a minute. I went to a party and swapped my wife.
It was the best time in my life.
I really did have a lot of fun.
For my swap, I got 2 for 1.
You can't get much better than that, can you?
I'll give you 2 for that one. Now, John and Graeme, your subject is the common market.
Thought about the common market yesterday.
Oh, it seems such a long way away.
So only one question I want the answer to.
What on earth will Pompey do?
Pompey, level pegging so far. Level pegging so far on this round. We go back to Bill and Tim, and if you'll do one now on Come Dancing.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely. Keep going, baby. That's right. Don't let that piano be. The day I went to see everybody come dancing, and round the floor all the people were prancing. There were lots of girls looking their best, but the prettiest of all was Peter West.
Yes, a libel action.
3 marks out of 2 for that. And now, John and Graeme, one from you on the Olympic Games.
The last Olympic Games were held in Rome, which is a long way from home. This lot'll be at Munich town. Munich City. Oh. And I also think that Peter West is pretty.
Well, you lose a mark for getting into the wrong calypso there. The score up to now is John Cleese and Graeme Garden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke-Taylor. Oh, we've got halves in here. 5, 6, 7, 8.5.
Absolutely.
And we move on to the round called Word for Word, in which I give members of the team in turn a word. They have to come up with a word which has no connection with it whatsoever. Each team has a buzzer, and the opposite team can challenge any word if they can and get a mark if they prove to me that the word has a connection. John Cleese, I want you to start off with the word rent.
Turnip. Contrapuntal. Bat. Recidivist. Mouse. Artichoke. Intermarriage. Calligraphic. Batter. Stem gun.
Challenge there from Tim Brooke-Taylor.
It's only because they're using words I don't understand.
The only reason I didn't buzz them is that I don't understand them either.
Therefore, I think...
In that case, there is a connection insofar as we do not understand the last few words.
Right, well, I'm going to put down, a mark there to Bill and Tim, and ask Bill Oddie to start with the word rocket.
Runt. Why did I say that?
He's talking about himself, isn't he? Bicycle clips. Bicycle clips and runt.
Yes. You said he was talking about himself.
Yes, 1 mark.
1 mark.
Objection upheld.
Let's get this thing moving. Let's get the show on the road, baby.
Graeme Garden, will you start with the word limp?
Brown. Stole. Egg. Stoat.
Objection there.
Is that stole?
Stole.
Yeah, most stoles are brown, aren't they?
Yes, they are. You got a mark for that.
Oh, very tenuous.
Now, you know,
I mean,
if you play
all
this
those
game
around
seriously.
silver and...
Yeah.
all the rest. Yes, yes.
stoles are brown.
And for that, you can start, Tim Brooke-Taylor,
Oh,
with the
thank
word
you.
rook.
Bicycle clip.
Oh!
Hesitation.
Arc. Arc.
Violin.
Arc.
Turnip face.
Runt.
Horse bladder hat.
Bicycle clip.
Camel.
I think I'm going to stop you there on
Yes,
the grounds of repetition,
That took me by
deviation,
surprise. I wasn't plagiarism.
hesitation, and being in the wrong panel game. I think it's time to hurry on to the next round, which is one which, for want of a better name, we call Spot the Noise. And this time I shall ask each player to listen to a selection of BBC sound effects and on the spur of the moment to invent a story or situation to match them. I'm going to start with John Cleese, and number 1 sound effect, please.
Well, that's, it's Gordon Pirrie running up the stairs. He runs up one flight, and then he runs along a completely flat passage, but pretending that he's running upstairs, which you can tell from the change in rhythm. Then he opens the door and finds himself in a very small cupboard, where he attacks MacDonald Hobley. knocks him senseless with a small wooden instrument that is not easy to absolutely distinguish, but I think it may have been a lute. And then he comes out to the cheers of only 4 members of the Luton Girls Choir. The others come out of
Luton Girls Choir.
In this round, I'm not going to attempt to do the judging myself. We have a sensitive machine up here which will measure the volume of the audience's reaction. It's called an eardrum. And, the length of the applause for that was 5 seconds, which shouldn't take very long to beat. The next sound effect will have the story attached to it by Tim Brooke-Taylor.
Oh, yes. That's members of Parliament going into the lobby to vote.
complaining about indiscipline in the trade unions.
That's what I think it is, going into the lobby to vote.
Oh, come on.
You've got 6 seconds.
One mark there because something's gone peculiarly wrong with the stopwatch. And we'll have the next sound effect for Graeme Garden, please.
The sound which you just heard was recorded in the changing rooms of Derby County football team. Players having their bath following their defeat by Arsenal. And the discovery of a Polaris submarine and a missile being detonated by Brian Clough with his rubber duck.
Ten seconds of rather half-hearted applause there, giving him 3 marks.
That's good.
And the fourth one now for Bill Oddie, please.
I think I recognised Raimondo there, didn't I? You know Raimondo, he's the little voice that gives out Jimmy Young's recipes. In which case... well, maybe that's it, yeah. Raimondo's the one who says, hello, and all that. And Jimmy Young's the one who goes... In which case, it's clearly Jimmy Young, having just tried out his own recipe for baked beans... Racing. Wait a minute. Save it.
Push your luck.
Racing for the loo and not making it. It's very unpleasant, isn't it? Right.
Ask your mother to
Okay, Mom. Thank you.
Well, that scores 3 marks, making a total score of 14.5 for Bill and Tim.
What else?
And 12 for John and Graeme.
That's what I made it?
Still, it's early days yet. Well, now we come to the round of impersonations. And here's the round in which one member of each team has to impersonate a well-known person, impersonating another well-known person, reciting a nursery rhyme. And the members of the team who've been chosen for this week are, for John and Graeme's team, Graeme Garden, who I would like to give an impersonation of Richard III, impersonating Ken Dodd, reciting Tom Tom the Piper's Son.
Yeah.
Tom the Piper's Son. Stole a pig and away did run.
The pig was eat. And Tom was beat. Have you ever been beaten, missus?
And Tom went running up the street.
Thank you, Graeme Garden. Over now to Bill Oddie on the other side, who's going to be asked to impersonate Frankie Howard, impersonating Mickey Mouse, reciting Bar Bar Black Sheep.
Yes. Hi there, Frankie. That's not bad.
Not bad for Frankie Howard.
It's not bad for Frankie. Now let's get Mickey. Hey? No. Well, here we go. Yes. Hey? No, shush. Bar Bar Black Sheep. Hey? Have you any wool? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. Ooh, 1. No. Hush a minute. There we are. 1 for the master. 1 for the dame. And 1 for the little mouse who lives down the lane.
I'm going to give Graeme Garden 1 extra mark there because his was over quicker. And this makes the score an absolutely level pegging 16 all. We're all here on tenter hooks, whatever they are. And this round involves individual players rather than teams. The first player starts a song, stops singing whenever he feels like it, and the next player picks up on the word at which he stopped and has to start a new song starting with that word. I allow a certain amount of poetic license in this round. We'll be going in the order of John Cleese, Tim Brooke-Taylor, Graeme Garden and Bill Oddie. John, will you carry on singing, please?
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer.
Do something to me.
Me. A name I call myself far a long, long way.
Way down upon the Swanee River. That's not fair. Far, far away.
Way down upon the Wait a minute. Wait. I give up.
John Cleese has given up there. We're going to start now. He gets, of course, no marks for that. We're going to start now with Tim Brooke-Taylor. Will you start a song, please?
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside.
Beside? I'll be beside.
I'll walk.
I'll walk beside you.
You're driving me crazy. I want to dive you. Skip the oh, you. You're driving me crazy. What?
John Cleese, what?
What is that doggy in the window? Waggly.
Fix back. We'll restore your mark for that.
Gypsies, oh. Wiggly waggly gypsies, oh. Something like that.
Enough of the wiggly waggly gypsies. We've restored John Cleese's mark there, and we've given 2 marks each on that round. And we go on now to the round which I spoke about early on, which is the last round in the program. And this is the one where I asked the teams to announce the late arrivals at the farmers' ball with names of their own invention. And we'll kick off this one with John and Graeme.
Mr. and Mrs. Tree Farmer and their son, Paul Tree Farmer.
Bill,
Well,
if that's the sort of reception he gets, I don't wish to come in very much. But I'd like to introduce at the Farmer's Ball Mrs. Suitical and Farmer Suitical.
He should be at the chemist's ball.
He's also going on later to the chemist's ball.
He should have gone there first.
And Mr. and Mrs. Liza, all together now. And their son, Ferdy.
Not to mention their friends from Scotland, the McSpreaders.
Mr. and Mrs. Stingtime and their son Harvey Stingtime.
And funny you should mention him.
But he was coming to our
He was
ball.
coming as well. So was Fertilizer. But Mr. and Mrs. Festival and their son Harvey Festival.
And at the piano, providing the music, the famous blues singer Rhode Island Red. And of course, finally, Farmer Giles and his horse manure.
And a late arrival, Mr. and Mrs. King Machine and their son Emil King Machine.
This is where it's my job to add up the score. And at the present standing, Bill and Tim win by a short head with 22 over John and Graeme, 21.
Fix.
And with that breathlessly exciting score being held over till next week, it's goodbye from me, from our musical accompanist Dave Lee, and from our two teams, John Cleese and Graeme Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Bill Oddie.
Humphrey Lyttelton bidding a fond farewell on behalf of Tim Brooke-Taylor, John Cleese, Graeme Garden and Bill Oddie. Dave Lee was at the piano and the producer was John Castles.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, a panel game. And your chairman this week, Barry Cryer.
Hello again. Once again, we're gathered here to perpetrate this monstrous panel game. In the blue corner, Graeme, hello, Cheeky Garden, and Joe, hello, Sailor Kendall. Their opponents, Tim Brooke, hello, Taylor, and Bill, goodbye, Oddie. Now, normally, we start with the musical round, and I'm afraid this week is no exception. In this round, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask each team to sing a song, but they'll have to sing it as animals.
Can't do it?
Can't do it? You'll have to. Graeme and Joe, I want you to sing Hernando's Hideaway, but in fact as a dog and a cat.
Easy. Never been so embarrassed in all my life.
Well, 2 points. 2 points and a slight dose of mange, and I ask Tim and Bill to sing Volare, but in fact in the roles of an owl and a parrot.
Who's a pretty boy there? Who's another pretty boy? Oh, look up. Where are we in the June? I'm
finest example of teamwork since Raquel Welch. I declare them winners, if only for stamina, by 3 points to 2. Here we're going to set up the feature for later in the programme, our late arrivals. We want some silly names, ladies and gentlemen, for the people who are going to arrive at the Fishmonger's Ball. The Fishmonger's Ball, later in the programme. Can we have your late arrivals, please? And we will, in fact, leap on. Let's have a musical interlude with Blues Time. Ladies and gentlemen, Blues Time. Each team's going to get a subject on which they must improvise, nay, compose a 4-line blues, and they sing alternate lines. We'll start with Tim and Bill on this. Your subject, and I've taken out insurance before I say this, Des O'Connor.
It's not a subject. Something to sing the blues about. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that buddy? We're going to sing the Des O'Connor blues, all right? Oh, yeah. I woke up this morning. You could have fooled me. Leapt out of my bed. Yes, I did. I leapt right out of my bed. I thought there was something good on television. But oh no, there was the Des O'Connor show instead. Well now, when I can tell you some people, I don't want to say anything bad about Des O'Connor. 'Cause you shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Hey!
Sorry, Mrs. O'Connor. Des O'Connor in drag has just left the studio. We move now back to Joe and Graeme. That was the Des O'Connor blues, by the way, got 4 points and 2 solicitors' letters. We go to Joe and Graeme. Will you sing us a blues about strikes?
Think about the Industrial Relations Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't working. I don't ever think it will, baby.
So, we're going on strike tonight.
For everyone at home, they walked off. Shabby but effective, shabby but effective. You won that round by 1 point, Joe and Graeme. We move to misleading readings. Misleading readings, our next round. In this round, each team will read a well-known piece of prose or verse in funny and extremely silly voices, and the other side have to try and identify the piece. I shall score erratically. We'll start with Tim and Bill with their first piece,
which is The Seagull by Anton Chekhov.
Won't be very nice if someone meets her in the garden and tells Mama. Bring the tea in as well.
Here's the thing I was telling you about. This is what you ordered, man.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember.
That's nothing.
You could have fooled me.
Must have been something in my medicine chest is going off. Don't worry, man. Just as hang on, I'll go out and see. Just as I thought, a bottle of ether done gone bust. Hums. And I'll stand before you, enchanted.
Oh, pardon me. It reminded me of how, everything went dark for a moment.
The fact is, Konstantin Gavrilovich done shot himself. That could be a clue.
Could be a clue.
Konstantin had shot himself at the end of that piece.
Ah, yes, you see.
And are we surprised?
Not a bit.
Is it by Chekhov?
It is.
Is it? No sex, please, we're British.
Chekhov!
Seagull.
Language, Bill, language.
The seagull.
The seagull quite
The seagull is quite correct. The seagull is quite correct. Oh, I think a resounding 5 points all told for Joe and Graeme, and now it's Joe and Graeme's turn.
With Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw.
Could we please have some Scottish music?
I don't care how you treat me. I don't mind you swearing at me.
No.
I don't mind a black eye. I've had one before this, but I won't be passed over.
Then, get out of my way! I won't stop you. You talk about me as if I were a motor bus.
So you are a motor bus.
Oh?
All bounce and go, and no consideration for anyone. But I can do without you, don't think I can't.
I know you can, Cobber. I told you you could.
I know you did, you brute. You wanted to get rid of me.
Liar!
Thank you.
You never asked yourself, I suppose, whether I could do without you.
Don't you try to get round me. You'll have to do without me.
The end.
An extract. Des O'Connor in drag has just returned to the studio. He was playing a club in Brewer Street. Now... We returned. You remember the plot we returned?
I have no idea what they were
That was an
talking
extract from Dr. Dinkham's casebook, but you had to guess what it really was.
There was a reference to being passed over at the beginning.
Yes.
Sounds religious. Passover. Jesus Christ Superstar.
No.
Australian Superstar.
Australian.
Rolf Harris Superstar.
Don't think Australian will help
couldn't
you
be
there
that.
at all.
Bit of a pig.
Pig.
Oh.
So.
Too much
It was
of
a hell of a
clue
bore, I know, but...
Porky and Bess. No. Which it isn't.
I'm
sure you know
jokes
this
like that. Bernard Shaw, I know it, yes.
Sure I do.
Pig,
Yes.
the pig cart. No. The doctor's
Cowmalion.
The doctor.
Cowmalion, you're so warm.
The doctor's dilemma.
No. You've got it, haven't you? You have got it.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with the program.
Just don't come near me.
That's just the doctor's dilemma.
Say it again, Bill. Say what you said before, just this minute.
Cowmalion.
Cowmalion, indeed. Or read Pygmalion by Artie Shaw, you're quite correct there. And it's to all misleading readings.
Did you, heifer?
Did you?
No, you haven't.
Now, on to the next round. And I'm going to ask each member of each team to, in fact, declaim a well-known poem, but they have to declaim it tunefully, ladies and gentlemen, because you have to sing a well-known poem. We're going to start with Graeme Garden. And so it's Graeme Garden singing Gray's Elegy in a country churchyard to the tune Darktown Strutter's Ball.
Curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd winds slowly o'er the lea. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way and leaves the world to darkness and to me. Now fades the glimmering landscape on the side, and all the air a solemn stillness holds, save where the beetle wheels his droning flight. Drowsy tinklings all the distant falls, save that from yonder ivy mantle tower the moping owl the soon complains.
There'll be some turning in the graveyard tonight. 2 points. 2 points to Graeme Garden. Bill Oddie, will you oblige? Shelley's The Daffodils, Bill, on page 239, but in fact to the tune of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I wandered only as a cloud that flies on high, o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd of hosts of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees fluttering and dancing in the breeze gone, tenuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way.
We reached the end of the rainbow. 4 points to Bill Oddie, and of course it's just been pointed out to me that the Daffodils was of course written by Wordsworth, not Shelley. Just checking that everybody was taking notice. And now, Joe Kendall, I'm going to ask you to procure your book, page 26, Blow, Blow, Thou Winter Wind, by William Shakespeare, better known as Percy Bysshe Shelley, and to the tune of If You Were the Only Girl in the World.
Not so unkind as fancy and gratitude. Thy talk is not so keen because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. Hey-ho, sing hey-ho into the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hey-ho the holly, this life is most jolly. Freeze, freeze thou bitter sky, thou dost not fight so
Joe, good wasn't the word for it. 2 again for that. Now, Tim Brooke-Taylor.
I've done mine.
Tiger, Tiger, by the well-known spy, William Blake, to the tune of Around the World.
Is that 80 days, Tim?
Yes. I'll search for you, that one.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. But a mortal hand or I could frame thy fearful symmetry in what a distant deep so skies when the fire of thine eyes what wings they aspire what the hand and sees alive.
And now, Paradise Lost to the tune of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Those trousers did you the world of good, Tim. Well-known tenor marked down to 7.5. Tim Brooke-Taylor, a resounding win for Tim and Bill by 8 points to 4. Pull up your socks, Joe and Graeme. Now for a rather bizarre item entitled Tag Wrestling. I think I ought to explain that. Tag in this instance meaning tagline, punchline, final line. I'm going to give each team the final line of a hopefully short story. A member of one team must start the story and obviously head straight for the end of their own particular story before I press my hooter, if you'll pardon the expression, and then a member of the other team must then take up the story very quickly, but they're heading for their punchline. Now, the first team to reach their tag wins, and in the event of nobody finishing, I shall probably fall asleep. Now we go, first of all, to Tim and Bill, and your tagline of your story is, so the choir went home and we could see our knees again just over the top of the roof. And so the choir went home and we could see our knees again over the top of the roof. Joe and Graeme, the tagline of your story this time is, the spaceship landed safely, proving porridge is inflammable in a leap year. The spaceship landed safely, proving porridge is inflammable in a leap year. So we'll start with Graeme on this occasion, and you're heading for your spaceship line, are you not? Go.
Well, Professor, I said, it doesn't seem to me as if this is going to work. Nonsense, my boy, he replied. Porridge, believe me, is inflammable.
As you may remember, he said, I had that astounding success with the giant knees. Thank you, Professor. What exactly happened on that occasion? He said, well, it involved...
Joe.
Don't interrupt me, said the Professor. And then the second experiment you did was when the spaceship landed
Well,
safely.
also on the subject of giant knees, insofar as the first lot deflated. So I made another lot, and of course we were hoping for success, so we went to the church to pray for the giant knees. We took them along there, and we asked the vicar to bless them. The choir came in at that moment.
Get out, said the professor. Are the vats full of porridge? Yes, sir. Right, prepare for blast-off. And away we went.
Excuse me, said the professor, I have these loony moments when I suddenly talk about strange things. Let us get back to the choir who are just coming in. Ooh.
Ah! But the spaceship had already gone off with its inflammable porridge as fuel, and...
Naturally, the noise this made passing through the sound barrier was as if 1,000 Concords had passed that way, and the roof of the church collapsed at that moment, thus lowering...
Luckily, the choir leaped out of the way. The spaceship landed safely, proving porridge is inflammable in a leap year.
Yes!
Can you believe it? They did it. They did it. And our next round is, in fact, for want of a better word, a musical round. Ladies and gentlemen, musical round. In this round, I'm going to ask each team to play a duet. The instruments concerned in this debauch are, in fact, a violin and a swanny whistle. I'm going to be drunk with power here. I've got to try and recognise the tune they're playing. If I recognise it, they score points. Tim Brooke-Taylor wants to leave the studio.
Because we're going to be embarrassed anyway, I think for our sake, can we point out that the violin is not tuned?
Otherwise, we'd have no trouble playing whatever else.
So, in fact, I
and
think...
neither is the swanny whistle, as you can hear.
Bill having the swanny whistle and Tim having pointed out the violin is not tuned, I'm going to ask Tim and Bill to commence with a duet and a tune. And I'm going to see if I can ascertain the tune. That sounded very like the refrain from Spitting, but I can't go further. Can you give me a clue? Was it a ballad?
You might have heard it the day. You might have heard it the day before today.
I might have heard it the day before today.
Yes.
Is that a cunning clue to yesterday?
Yes.
I'll give you 2 points for that, and will in fact ask Joe and Graeme, instruments akimbo, to play their duet. The Albert Hall is just catching.
Was but 3 randy chickens.
It wasn't worth 3 randy chickens, was it? That old Croat folk song. No. I clapped at the end, but I didn't want to be the odd one out. Is this a pop song in its loosest sense?
It was once.
It was once, yes. No longer after that. Recent pop song, was it?
Yeah, it gave me a nasty freight.
It gave you a nasty freight. Freight. I caught your intonation there. I shall throw it back to you. Freight. What song do I know? Freight Train.
Yes.
No. Nancy Whiskey and Chas McDevitt. Chas McDevitt.
Absolutely right.
I recognise it. I'm going to give you 4 for that. I'm going to give you 4 for that. He said maliciously.
Thank you, people with taste and discrimination.
The mutiny is breaking up. Mutinies Wednesdays and Saturdays only. Now, God bless you, Groucho. We race on to a round rather archly entitled What a Carry On, in which members of our teams are going to be asked to sing songs and they can stop on a word of their choice in the lyric. This has to be followed on with a song starting with that word. Although I will allow a certain amount of overlapping, which of course won't be seen by the people at home, so we get away with it. So,
Well, in fact, I think we'll start with Bill Oddie, who will sing and stop on a word of his choice.
When you begin, it brings back a night
and day. You are the one, only you
are my heart's desire.
Was that desire or delight?
Should be delight.
Desire.
It should be delight. I'm going to give you a point for that.
Delight.
Joe and Graham, because Tim should have said delight there. I'll give you a point. Carry on from delight, please, Graham. Sorry, Tim, not desire.
No, perfectly right.
How did you look at life? Delightful to know and heaven to kiss.
Just allow that, yes.
Kiss is my lucky day. They try to tell us we're too young.
then springtime. Am I?
I've got the feeling I'm falling.
Falling in love again. What have I to do? Never wanted to.
But I've got them.
Lovely black eyes. Oh!
You beautiful doll, you great, big, beautiful...
Doll, singing doll. Sorry, what was the...
Now, we've gone... I'm going to score Tim and Bill 6-4. And now we revert to late arrivals. You may remember I asked for people who are going to arrive at the fishmonger's ball. And first we'll go this time to Joe and Graham. Who arrived at the fishmonger's ball?
The next arrival at the fishmonger's ball is Mr. Ian Chips and his dog, Scamp Ian Chips.
Like it.
The next arrival at the fishmonger's ball is Mr. and Mrs. Itted Place and their son, Phil.
Oh.
Itted. Scampy.
Sounding on that one, I like that.
Arriving at the fishmonger's ball next, Mr. and Mrs. Urbank. Their two children, the budgie, the cat, and the dog Urbank.
They're two children.
Mr. and Mrs. Hiram E. Butt and their son, Hal.
Oh!
And also, a touch of royalty to the occasion, the Queen of the Basques. Listen carefully, Madame Shark and their son, the Basque King Shark.
Oh. I will score that 7-6
A
in
late
favour.
arrival
Oh.
at the fishmonger's ball.
It's running at
Hoping to get a laugh, so be kind to him. Mr. and Mrs. Sleep in the subway, darlings. And their dog, Fish. Who has now left.
That joke is ahead of its time, which is about 11:30 this evening. So I score 7-6 in favour of Tim and Bill on that round. One last quick round, and this is rather a novel one. For this round, I'm going to ask each team to give me £5. Right, that's it. No points for anyone. I win. I'm going home. Good night for now. Bye.
Barry Cryer at last managed to say goodbye from Tim Brooke-Taylor, Graeme Garden, Joe Kendall, Bill Oddie, Dave Lee at the piano, and producer John Castles. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, a panel game. And your chairman this week, Barry Cryer.
Welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the show that is to radio what Beverly Nichols is to heavy engineering. It's a closely knitted panel game played to clearly defined rules, and I'm, of course, the lovely Duchess of Bedford. May I introduce, said he, picking up his written ad-libs, the members of our teams on this occasion. On my left, Joe, let's blindfold the band and tango till dawn, Kendall. Graeme, pass me a suture or suit yourself, Garden. And opposing them, Bill, a man's only as tall as his shadow, but where's my shadow gone, Oddie. And Tim, please stop calling me bleachy head, Taylor. And we do, in fact, start with our initial round, which is Calypso time, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, I've just spotted Henry Cooper in our audience. Oh, I'm sorry, madam. The flash of an earring deceived me. I'll give each team a subject on which they must improvise a 4-line Calypso, singing alternate lines. We'll start with Tim and Bill, and your subject, gentlemen, the Loch Ness Monster.
I've been looking for the monster Loch Ness. Tell me, did you see him? Yes. He was big and ugly. I think it was him. No, that was just Andy Stewart out for a swim.
4 points, hitting hard. Back to Joe and Graeme. Oh, now, the Snowdon Aviary. The Snowdon Aviary.
I saw Snowdon's aviary the other day.
It didn't look very nice, and I must say...
But it's all right to go there. What's the tune after dark?
With a pretty little bird for a bit of a lark.
We will lose the West Indies next. I only give two. So it's in fact an overall win to
Tell Tim I read
and Bill. And now And now, ladies and gentlemen, I will merely set up something we're going to do later in the programme. This is called Late Arrivals, and here the teams are going to be asked, ladies and gentlemen, to announce people with silly names. We're going to give you some time to think them up. These silly people are the late arrivals at the Furniture Salesman's Ball. The Furniture Salesman's Ball, and I shall be asking you for those names later on. Next round is called Guess the Heavy Breather, or Word for Word. I'm going to give one of each team a word, and the other member of the team must immediately come up with another word which has absolutely no connection whatsoever with the first word. The other team can challenge and try and prove such a connection. Start with Tim and Bill. I think we'll start with Bill on this. Bill, marmalade.
Aubergine. Baggage.
Nappy.
Cucumber sandwich.
Sock.
Mount Everest.
Mitten.
Cauliflower.
Galosh.
Challenge from Graeme Garden.
The galosh is in fact a type of cauliflower. It's sort of...
It is?
Prove it!
It is!
I call upon you, sir. Prove
Look
it.
me
Prove
straight
it.
in the eye and say that.
A galosh is a type of cauliflower. Everybody in the audience know that.
I'm going to give 1 point to Tim and Bill for the
that joke?
arrant impertinence of that challenge, Mr.
Wow.
Garden. In fact, I will go to Mr. Garden. I will say to him the word truss.
Pentateuch.
Pentateuch, for anybody who didn't hear that. Joe.
Light bulb.
Fourth of Firth.
Horse.
Buffalo.
Challenged by Bill Oddie.
Buffalo and horse.
Are both quadrupeds.
Oh, splendid. Irrefutable.
And animals.
Irrefutable.
All right?
Irrefutable.
All right,
Irrefutable.
yes,
Let's start another one, this time with Tim Brooke-Taylor and the word Tim. Inkwell.
Button.
Elephant.
Horseradish sauce.
Knee socks.
Goat.
Lingerie.
Filthy.
Graeme Garden's finger being pressed by Joe. Kendall, which is a strange team arrangement. What's the... Prove a connection there. Prove a connection, please.
Well, I don't want to go into Tim Brooke-Taylor's mind, but there's clearly a connection between lingerie and filth.
You may have filthy lingerie, but I certainly...
His is perfectly clean.
And so nothing to do with it whatsoever.
2 points.
I appeal to our fair chairman.
I thought for one incredible moment Joe was going to say she didn't want to go into your lingerie. But the moment passed. What a relief. The moment passed, and we will go on from that. You are leading, you two over there, on my right.
Of course.
We will, in fact, give Joe a word. The word is stamp.
Jumper.
Poor beagle.
Cigarette butt.
Microphone.
House.
Water.
Pig.
All right. Rebarbative.
Vituperative.
Dislocation.
Challenge and Tim Brooke-Taylor, who had gone into a coma at that point.
Barbative and vituperative rhyme.
I'll allow that. I'll allow that. I'll allow that. On that triumphant note, we'll call a halt to that round with...
They were only showing off.
Till and
anyway.
Zip. Showing off. Let's move to...
Doctor.
Now we move to reverse singing, which could, in fact, set songwriting back several years. I'm going to ask each player to sing a song, reversing the meaning. Tim Brooke-Taylor is crouching, but everybody should have a hobby. Let me give you a for instance. You have to sing a song reversing the meaning of the words, lady and gent. Let me give you a quick for instance. If it was Daisy, Daisy, give me a round to do, it would be something on the lines of Buttercup, Buttercup, please don't tell me your question, I'm totally mad, of that ilk, of that order. Yes. I'm sure that's crystal clear. I'm having a crystal here, I wouldn't know. So we start with Joe Kendall. Joe Kendall, would you in fact sing, my old man's a dustman, but reverse the meaning of as many words as possible, in fact. Long introduction, please, Dave.
Well, your young girl's a ballerina. She strips off her ballerina's shoes. She strips off a well-tailored tutu. And she's kept in Buckingham Palace.
Was that it? That was
Right.
Oh. It's murder, as has just been proved. This. We go now to Tim. Tim, have you got the words of big spender? You should have the words of big spender. Would you immediately reverse the whole process, please?
Keep it clean.
We ran out of lamb cutlet. We couldn't see. We are a woman of ill repute. A non-genuine small miser. Bad look. Where are we on the tune? Bad looking. So disgusting. Read wouldn't. No. Would you? We hate to not know. This is coming in over my the opposite of mind. Body.
I don't really want to go. Come on, I've had enough of this. I really have.
We'll level that. I pressed the hooter out of sheer compassion, Tim. I level up that. And hurry. Compassionate applause has swayed me to another point. Graeme Garden, the song in question is The Girl from Ip and Emo.
Slow and gentle, Dave. Short and pale and old and ugly. The boy from Newport Pagnell running, and when he doesn't go past, nobody he doesn't go past in front of goes.
Two for that. And now it's Bill Oddie regaling us with When the Red, Red Robin.
If the conservative aardvark, that's a bit subtle, goes lying ashort. Here there are some laughing if he goes talking his new horrible talk. Go to sleep, you wakeful person. Lie down, get into the bathroom, be miserable, the moon is blue, die, cry, hate, and be miserable.
I think that's the way. I think I'm going to declare that excruciating round a tie. In fact, our 4 drawers here, I'm going to call that 5 points each of that round. The next round, with the public warning to each side and Joe Kendall dreading a submission, these are sound effects. We have sound effects here from the BBC Library. Do hurry up and guess them, because there's a fine if they go back late. We're going to ask you to listen to these sound effects and construct a story which very logically explains what these sound effects are, in fact, portraying. Try and make... I'm going to appeal to the audience, not that I often do, but I shall appeal to the audience after this to get a decision on it. We're going to start with Graeme, I think, and could we have Graeme's sound effect, please?
Is that it?
That was it, yes,
Come
indeed.
back, Graeme. Come back.
That was that was the condensed version of the 39 steps.
3 points, that single contribution alone. Bill, will you listen to this?
Let me see. I think that was something to do with Tarzan. I recognised Cheetah in there somewhere. Couldn't hear him, but I could smell him. I think it was Tarzan. He diving into a bowl of syrup, by the sound of it, towards the end, and wrestling with a man eating celery.
I like it. I like it. 3 points, level
a man-eating tiger, but not a man-eating celery.
No,
Really?
so that...
No, I do it every night.
That Joe Kendall. Joe Kendall. Cock an ear to this. What was it, Joe?
Mrs. Bill's wedding night.
The applause sways me to 4 points for that, and it's Tim Brooke-Taylor. This sound effect, Tim. Well, that was the longest, Tim. What was it?
I don't know what it is, but I in fact just rung my plumber to stop it in my house. Actually, it sounded more like a Chinese steam engine sent over specially to mate with the Royal Scot.
Unsuccessfully. I won't have to appeal to the audience. You, Joe and Graeme, you won by 2.75 on that round. We move now to Misleading Readings Mark II. This time it's not only silly voices, but incredible musical renditions. So we will, in fact, start with Tim and Bill.
And Tim and Bill are offering The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare.
In such a night it is befitly a trip adieu, and so the lion's shadow ere himself, and ran dismayed away. Blimey.
It's the dido with a willow in her hand. While she banks, while she banks, while she banks, while she banks, and we'll waft to come again, to come.
In such a night, Medea gathered the enchanted herbs that did renew out Jason. In such a night, 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 that in young Lorenzo swear he loved her well. Such a night.
It wasn't such a night, actually.
Flowers have been brought up on the stage, and Tim Brooke-Taylor has been rubbed down with steel wool. Now, I'm going to ask Joe and Graeme to see, in the unlikely event, could you recognise that?
Was it Galton and Simpson?
No. Warmish. Not one-off. Warmish.
Galton or Simpson?
No, just a single person.
Neither of them.
A rising lad wrote this.
As You Like It.
As You Like It is wrong, because it was, in fact, The Merchant of Venice.
The Merchant of Venice.
Tim and Bill. 5 points for that, I cry. Now, Joe and Graeme, would you give us your operatic rendition of a prose piece?
And Joe and Graeme's piece, Rookery Nook, by Ben Travers.
I came about a bag I lost. Yeah. Oh! No, I didn't lose it. He lost it. I want to know if it's come back.
Come back? Come back from where?
From wherever it went to.
You said it went here.
Oh!
Mr. Twine.
What?
Mr. Twine. Mr. Twine.
What?
Lost my place. Do you know anything?
No?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. No.
Really, it's all right about the bag. Don't mention it.
Don't mention it.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
Don't mention it.
Don't mention it.
brief extract from several of Wagner's rings there. And,
Told you not to mention
All we
it.
got really was a bag and Mr.
I came about the bag I lost.
Restoration.
not
not
as
warm as that.
It's funny, but it's not that old, is it really?
No,
Am I supposed to be in this?
Welcome back, Bill. Welcome back to... It's a funny, not that old
Pretty fast movie.
sort of piece, really.
It's a farce.
Oh,
Yes.
Graham, you've gone too far saying farce.
Is it a Ben Travers farce?
Oh,
Oh, is it?
yes, it is a Ben Travers farce. It is a Ben Travers farce.
They're very funny farces, but I can't remember a single name of another one.
Diddly-dee, diddly-dee.
Cuckoo.
Diddly-dee.
The
It's
cuckoo is
Rookery
the
Nook,
nest.
gentlemen.
Rookery Nook.
Rookery
Cookery Nook.
Too late. Rookery
Never heard of
Nook.
it.
So, in fact, I declare Joe and Graham the winners by 3 points to 2 there. And now we get carry on singing our next round or pick up the song. This round is going to be played entirely in the nude, and we'll measure the winners by the volume of the audience's laughter. And I'm going to ask one player to start a song, and when he or she stops on a word of their choice, the next player in the opposing team must pick up on the word at which they stopped, but with a totally different song. So I'm going to start with Bill Oddie. Exciting, isn't it? Bill Oddie, sing a song and stop at a word of your choice. Graeme Garden to pick it up with a different song. Bill.
Hello, Dolly. Wasn't sure of the second word for a minute. Hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. Long.
Long ago and far away, way down upon the Mississippi.
Where?
You're Dr. Point for the wrong river. Right?
No.
Keep rattling. Graham, start a song.
The high hills are alive with a song in my heart
Of my heart.
Bill.
Heart, the herald. Glory to me for getting a couple of points there. Glory to the newborn king.
King Wenceslas looked out is the one you're throwing over to me. Out.
Quick, Tim.
Out. And here comes the song
My
now.
hooter is poised.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Out the window. Look out. They're coming in the door.
I won't allow that.
Right?
I'll give a
That was
I'm
all
getting peevish
right.
now. What? No, it was a time lag, really, a time lag. So we now go to Tim. Back in your agony, Tim. You start the song this time.
Oh, the Deadwood stages are coming out over the hills, and the engineers are thicker than porcupine.
Pine.
4 points if you don't get that one. That's great. That was a million porcupine
Pint your
songs.
wagon.
Pint your wagon, she says. I'll give you 2 points there. Let's start yet another with our Pint Your Wagon lady. Joe Kendall, would you start a song now, please, to finish out the round?
The hills are alive
Allow repeat.
with the sound of music.
Music, music, music. Put another nickel in the nickel oldie, and we're enjoying this one, aren't we? Loving you and music, music, music. Closer.
Closer the door. They come.
Hey!
Closer the door.
Let us go.
I'm sorry.
Richard, open the door and let.
Let
There be love.
He's a many splendid thing. It's the
What?
Hills are alive.
The hills are alive.
Sound.
Sound, 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 sound. It's a good song in its own right. Sound of music. Sound of gong, ringing a bell.
Let the golden wedding bells chime. That was
Let the golden wedding bells chime.
Chime.
Chime every mountain.
Hey!
Mountain. High. River deep, mountain high. I came in a funny place. High, river deep. It just goes on like that. River deep. River deep, mountain high, river deep.
My hoot is poised.
Deep,
pardon the expression.
Deep. Camp down, ladies.
Oh, no. That's it. I'm going to declare Tim and Bill the winners of that round by 7 points to 5. Tim and Bill. And now our denouement, ladies and gentlemen, our denouement, in which you'll remember, of course, that early on in the programme I asked our teams to mention some very silly people who'd arrived rather late at the furniture salesman's ball. I'll give one up a name on this. Let's hear first of all from Tim and Bill, who arrived late at the furniture salesman's ball.
The first arrival at the furniture salesman's ball from America. Mr. and Mrs. Drawers and their son, Chester Drawers.
Good.
Come on.
Very good.
From Wales, Mr. and Mrs. Owen Ningtable and their son, Di Ningtable.
Yes. Bill.
Mr. and Mrs. Lear and their Hungarian cousin, Chandelier.
One for Payne. Who else arrived at the ball?
Mr.
Joe.
and Mrs. Clock. I don't say it.
You dare.
And their grandfather.
I won't.
And a late arrival, Mr. and Mrs. Bed and their daughter, who is, of course, Helen Bed.
So much of it on radio.
And a Dutch couple.
Careful, Tim.
I had a friend that's already been on earlier. A Dutch couple, Mr. and Mrs. Van Bed and their Welsh cousin, Di Van Bed.
Listen, I don't...
Oh, very kind. Another late arrival. Mr. and Mrs. Dard Lamp and their son, Stan Dard Lamp.
And a last-minute entry, Mr. and Mrs. Nett and their taxi driver son, Cabby.
Closely followed by yet another contingent for the furniture salesman's ball, Mr. and Mrs. Slong and their revolutionary son, Chase Slong. And one more uninvited guest who has just slipped in. And they're rather regretting they've come at all. Mr. and Mrs. Fence-Foot Umbrella Stand and their daughter, Ella Fence-Foot Umbrella Stand.
I'll say goodnight to the listeners now because this is going to go on. It's good night from Joe Kendall, Graeme Garden, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke-Taylor. It's going to go on. My name's Barry Cryer. I've got a wife and 3 lovely children. Away from all this, I declare Tim and Bill the winners, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Barry Cryer finally getting rid of Tim Brooke-Taylor, Graeme Garden, Joe Kendall and Bill Oddie for another week. Dave Lee was at the piano and the producer was John Castles.